I've done all the way around. I'm trying not to pick it up too much because it's still relatively soft. But you can see the kind of furry indentations that a Bichon might have, almost lamb-like. Okay, and I've gone around like so, like this, still not quite dry, and I'm just gonna build up. So I'm going to do the back legs now. I'll be right back. Okay, I've rolled out some fondant. Again, I've added a little bit of oil, and I'm going to do the back legs. I'm actually doing it from an angle that I can't see, so please forgive me. I'm just putting a little bit of the water or the glue on the leg. Alright, only on the leg. And I'm just going to trim that ever so slightly. Okay, just ever so slightly. Alright, and I'm just putting it around the leg like that. I'm pushing it inwards where the leg's going to go. Pressing it down like this. And then trimming if I need to. Trimming if I need to around there. Like that. And then I've got this scribing tool, and I can push around like this to smooth it off. And you're just trying to get the shape of it like that. Okay, you want to soften that. And then with your ball tool again, you're just incorporating it all in. So it all kind of looks like one piece. Okay. And you're just incorporating it into the fur that you've already put on there. Now I can't see round the back because I'm here, but I don't want to move it so that you can't see, and you're more important than me. Alright, and you're just adding that lovely Bichon fur, and I think it looks quite effective. Okay, so there's one leg done, and I'll do the same on the other side. I'll be right back. We're on a roll now, so we're going to do the front of its neck. Alright, and again I've just added some oil to this, and I'm rolling it long enough. I don't need that much. I don't need that much, but hey. Okay. Again, a little bit of water down the centre. There is probably better ways to do it than I'm doing it, but this is the way I do it. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to place that inside, and we're going to just flatten it off. Don't worry if you're making a mess, or you think you are. You can't get wrong with this. You can't do it wrong. You honestly can't. And I'm just pressing it in to that section. I'm just going to trim at the bottom like that to get that out. And then using your ball tool, yeah, we're going to a little bit of fluff there. We're just going to push. We're going to push. And we're making the indentations. I'm rushing this a little, but you can take more time. I'm just getting it done because I need it done. Okay. I'm making this quite fluffy because this is his neck. Okay, but I'm actually going to be covering that possibly with a bandana. We'll see how we go. Okay, so we let that dry and then we roll out and we do the same process, covering the two legs and using the ball to indent. And I'm going to do that off camera because I think you've got the knack now. You brilliant people, and I'm sure you have mastered this. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm going to make an oversized head, can you see? So I've rolled the ball to, you know, because it's a puppy, I want a rather large head. So you can understand how that will work. I'll move that out of the way so that you can see. I've rolled it into a ball. I'm just smoothing it. I know my tutorials aren't quick, but this is for beginners, and I don't cut corners. I show you everything. I don't fast forward to show you a quick how I do it, because that's not helping beginners really. So it doesn't have to be perfect this, because we're going to add texture again, but it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, I mean. So a Bichon has a very puffball head and we're actually getting a puppy. We've got a Bichon and we're getting another, and we're picking her up tonight, and I'm really excited, and I might even upload a tutorial. Sorry, not a tutorial, a little video showing you our new puppy, and I hope my other Bichon, Daisy, is good and behaves herself, because she is a diva. So we're going to create the head. So I'm finding the top half where the eyes will be, and I'm kind of pressing that in, okay, and pushing, and I've got it in my hand rather than on the thing, just so that I'm closer to the camera. Not that I'm that close, but I'm just trying to create the kind of shape that I'm looking for. I'll put it down now. It's relatively round, and we're going to be adding lots and lots of texture to this Bichon, but I'm just wanting to get the initial shape like that, like so, like that. I'm quite happy with that actually. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just giving it a shape that we can add some texture to. I'm just rounding that section off, which will be like kind of the top of its head, and then this being the nose and the mouth. So I've created that shape. As I say, don't worry about it too much, and I'm going to apply it to the head. I was going to do a bandana, but I haven't got time, so I'm missing that out. So bringing it over the body, just adding some glue, and I also add a little bit to the stick itself, like that. And then we're going to place it kind of central. It doesn't have to be perfectly central, and it can even be on an angle. Sometimes if you push it and make it on an angle, it looks like the puppy has already a little bit of an expression. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let that dry, because I'm adding texture to this. I'm not going to be modelling this. I'm not modelling this. I'm not having to add anything to this. So really I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to have my cuppa now, and I suggest you do the same. I hope you are doing the same, and I've just popped him slightly on an angle, the head slightly on an angle, just so it looks like it's listening. And I'm going to let that dry and I'll be right back. It's a woman's prerogative to change your mind, and I've decided to do the bandana. I know I should have put it on before the head, but hey, so I've coloured some pink fondant and I'm just going to make an arc and then kind of, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm not perfect. I never will be. You know what? I don't mind. And I'm just moving some of the white icing because I've got it all over as usual. And normally I will. I'm just going to, I've turned it upside down and I'm just going to soften those edges by turning them over like this. You don't have to go all the way, but I'll turn it back round again like so. Okay, so a little bit of glue, just around the edge, around the head, or a little bit of water. I'm just going to bring Bichon in like this. Yeah, I'm just going to trim that ever so slightly. It's a little bit long. That's okay, don't worry. I'm just making it a little bit smaller. Like that. I just go with the flow, you know. And I'm just gonna play with it. I'm gonna play with it. I'm just going to turn it around backwards here, and I'm just going to trim the back. Just going to trim the back. So you're not actually going to see the back because the hair will actually cover that. But I'm just going to smooth it off. And he's got his little bandana on, like this. I'm just going to add some movement there. Okay. A little bit come off there, but don't worry. And I'm just lifting. I'm just trying to give it some movement by lifting it from the body. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to lift to give it what appears to be movement. You can even do this. And I'm just going to let that dry. Yeah. And I'm going to come back and start with the head. So I have done the bandana. You could even put little white dots on with some white edible paint using a toothpick. You just cut off the edge so it's flat, dip it in the white paint and dot all the way around. And it'll look super cool. I might even do that later, but I won't show you how to do it because I just have. But I'm going to come back and start the head. Okay, I've had my coffee, and with the ball tool I've created two nice round eyes. I'm doing it again. Okay, nice and round. They might appear rather large, but I'm going to add fur and texture to her, so you're basically not going to see all of the eye. So with some water, I'm just going to place some water into there using a smaller brush. I don't know how big I'll need. This could be trial and error, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Because if it's too small, the ball, I'd take it out. Okay. Okay, that's cute. Alright, so again, trial and error, rolling a ball. It is guesswork. Don't let anyone tell you that there's any kind of skill involved. Because it isn't. It's trial and error every time. Alright. Right, okay, I've popped her eyes in. Oh, you can see it coming together already. Oh, she's so cute. And I'm going to work out kind of where the mouth's going to go. So I'm going to have kind of, I'll make a point to show you. Her nose might be about here. Like that. So I'm going to make up her mouth. So I'm starting off, I'm just going to use the scribing tool, and I'm just going to place the scribing tool inside, and it's just to give, and I'm pulling down, not much, but I'm pulling down. So you can see roundabout, this is just guesswork here, where her little mouth's gonna go. Oh, she's so cute. Her little tongue, because she's cute. So her tongue's gonna pop out of there, so you can see. So I'm gonna start the head now, and this is the interesting bit. Gonna need some white fondant, and away we go. Alright, we're going to do, I've done that now, I'm going to do this part of the face. Alright, so I'm going to, first of all, make the under part of the face, because it's kind of like going to be in 3D. That's how I work things. So I only need a little bit of fondant at the moment. Alright, and I'm just going to create the chin. So where I've made the mouth, I'm just going to put a little touch on here like that. Alright, and then with my fondant, making a sausage, and then making it kind of look like a banana shape. Alright, flattening it down like that. We're going to place it on. Don't worry too much. I'm just going to try and mold this now. So I'm trying to mold it now to the face. Like that. You might need to open the mouth again so that you can see it. But basically, I'm forming the chin. Hello! And then I'm going to start creating little scratch marks using the scribing tool. But it's kind of like a beard at this point. I'm pushing in near the mouth. Try and smooth that off so it becomes part of the face, and that's how I tend to deal with that. Okay, and then you can use your ball tool to create some indentations using your thumb to keep it from moving around too much. Can you see how it's starting to come along? You're wanting to create that beard effect. Oh, he's so cute. and then I'm going to scratch that just here all the way around. I'll use my left hand like that, and like that. Okay, and then pressing in, adding as much texture or as little texture as you want. Sorry, I've just put my hand over that, I'm sorry, but we're trying to create texture. We don't want it perfect, okay? Oh, he's coming along, he's coming along. And it's starting. I'm pushing the other way now to give it more texture. I don't know if you can see that at all, but okay, so that's, ooh, sorry, that's that part. And I'm going to now start on the eyes, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to start on the eyes now. Yeah, it's so cute, isn't it? You think, oh yeah, that is beautiful, so beautiful. So I'm using a little bit of fondant, and I'm going to roll it into a sausage, like that. Not too thin, but not too thick either. And I'm going to cut them in half because that's going to do the two eyes. And then with a little bit of water again, just going to, not too much because you don't want it saturated, but I'm just going to cover that little section now. And a little bit on the forehead here. That can come in later. So with one sausage, you can trim as you go. Just gonna put that round, and then using this tool here just to flatten it on the edge, ever so slightly. Sorry, hope you can see this. And it doesn't really matter if you've got too much fondant, because you're just going to blend it in, and then using the ball tool, just blend it in, and it all seamlessly attaches. Alright, and then I'm just going to lift that eye because I don't want it droopy. I'd rather have it more domed. And then here we coming down, and we're going to smooth that off like so. And again with the other eye, the next sausage. As I say, you don't need it to be too long, and you're just putting it over the eye like that. And I'm going to repeat that process off camera. I'll be right back.